you for joining us for another episode of Buying Panther Presents. This is a bittersweet review as we say goodbye to BMF, probably for the last time, as we talk about season 4, episode 10. And I must say, this was a pretty good episode. I was impressed. I was like, all right, this is what happened in episode 2. Like, this is what episode 2 should have been, I thought. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video and all that kind of stuff. Just listen to the intro. I say all that in the intro. Okay. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional. Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, the boys have grown up and gotten fat and got corn rolls, apparently. Like, just all off camera. I was like, word? Did like Meech's hair, right? I'm not the only one who said what?
Well, I knew his hair did change. Remember, it did change.
Like in the last episode.
The last episode, he had an afro.
Exactly. My point, when the episode started, I was like, "What the? Like, how long has it been that you got your hair done?" I was confused.
I mean, braids literally take like an hour. Not even an hour, maybe 30 minutes.
It just seems kind of odd, just that he's gonna ride his hair out. Like, you just find out B-Mickie baby taking down your shit, and you like, my sister just gave birth. I'm gonna get my hair done. I'm like, I feel like it should have been addressed. But anyway, we'll get to all these things. Jamani, what do you want to start?
Yeah, I thought this was a good episode. I guess, with the big reveal of Michael Chiklis, I was like the biggest part of the episode, other than the Mexico ending actually making sense. Like, all season, I thought this meant absolutely nothing, and they found a way to make somewhat sense. I was thoroughly surprised about that.
That's good writing. It's hard for me to say. It hurt me, but I said, "Oh, okay, that's why we're doing this shit." Oh, okay, now I understand. Along with the shield, let's say Lioness.
Yeah, Lioness, when they were in Mexico, that definitely is what it looked like.
I was like, "Where's Kyle and Joe?" I'm like, I need that. Anyway, it was pretty epic. I was like, Lioness season 3 has his works cut out for it.
Almost one of season 5 just for the Michael Chiklis. Like,
that's what I said. I was like, I need the shield. His name should have been B-Mickie for no damn reason. Just maybe because of copyright issues or some shit. Like, the name need to be Vic.
I'm like, yeah, I think, and it's like the shield started in 2002, so this could have been a prequel or something.
That's when he was still kind of legit, and then not. Then he went LAPD. I don't know. But come on, let's get with Kim. Kim, what did you think of the episode?
I wasn't impressed. I was like, this. I mean, if this is how they're gonna have to end it, okay, yeah. But Terry with the stomach, I was like,
he's been eating all season, Kim.
He's so small. Like, he's such a small person. And they put this pillow in his. I was like, what is happening? But anywho, I mean, I think what they wanted to just show, which is what I got, is that Terry and Meech at this point split apart, and that BMF was never the same again, right? That's it. That's what we got. So we're not going to get the rest of the story. So that's how they ended it, which is fine. That was fine. But to me, it was just so melodramatic. I was like, is this really a gangster show for real? Like,
no,
the mom crying and all. I was like, what? So anyway, it was okay. I'll say it was okay.
All right. Well, let's get to it. We got DeMarcus saying, hello, panel. How are you?
Hello, DeMarcus.
He's always positive. This episode was a solid 10 with the plot twist. Not sure about plot twist. We know how this story was going to end, but if you're talking about the reveals of Michael Chiklis, yes, and therefore the Mexico thing, like what happened when they were like, "I hate you." I see that. Also, real quick, when the helicopter takes off with Terry, without Loco, particularly, I said, this doesn't make any damn sense because it would have been Loco who organized said airlift, and therefore there's no way they would have took off without him. Like, this only makes sense if somehow Terry and Meech organized the air evacuation, and therefore they're like, okay, boss, one of you is here. What about your brother? Like, da 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 da. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
I think if you're taking a lot of heavy fire and it's like, man, I don't think he gonna make it, let alone make it to the helicopter. We getting the fuck out of here just to save our own lives. Yeah, might take off.
Dare I have to quote this own episode, but you always protect the plug. Like, you protect the person who's paying
that's
you.
something that annoyed the hell out of me. Nobody was calling it a plug in the 1990s.
In the 90s, right?
That's like 2010s, like 2010s
dialogue.
Yeah, like you just called it the connect.
I'm saying,
and your BMF is the connect, right? Loco represents outside of the border, so he would be like the outlet, and they would be the plug to all the the lower street dealers.
Well, to them, he is the plug, but I see your point. But I was just like, this. It almost reminded me of going back to Lioness. I felt like if we would have found out that BMF actually worked for the CIA, and that's why they were untouchable for so many years until that time ran out and they got too big and they let law enforcement take them down, that would make more sense than FBI just couldn't figure it out. Like I was like, I would much rather think that, and that it was the CIA that came to get
instead of that B-Mickie lawsuit that's going on right now. They would have a Freeway Ricky Ross lawsuit on their hands.
I just thought that was kind of weird. Lamar grabbing B-Mickie's leg, just like Darius grabbed Lamar's leg to protect Nicole when Lamar stabbed Darius. I liked this. This was such a good episode because they finally started to wrap up some of these legacy characters. Like, Lamar is dead. Like, his chest stopped moving because I stared like hard as fuck. I was like, he is still breathing, and that chest needs to stop. That chest needs to stop. And he was like, he's dead. All right. Thank you. You killed Michael Myers until he comes back.
You kill Lamar. You kill the show.
And they killed the show. But just, I think we said that anyway. Kim, what do you think about the final ending of the Lamar Myers?
I was happy, and I was watching his chest too, because I was like, this man has to be dead now. If he's not dead, it's corny. Like, this is ridiculous. He is the Michael Myers of BMF. That would be ridiculous. A STARZ, right? So I was happy that he was dead. I just thought that storyline it dragged on way too long. It was unnecessary. They didn't need to do that. He should have been dead when he was first dead. Just leave him where he was. But
season one. That's it. Like, he's a good character, but let's move on. What's up, Jemai?
When we were doing predictions last week, I said everything that you saw before they got to Florida, and I thoroughly appreciated that they showed what I was asking about. Like, how exactly do they travel, across several states, and there's no escape, rescue, whatever. And they showed all the bathroom breaks and stuff. I thought that was.
Look at you. See, they're trying to address some type of reality. In this, what the craziest part of that was truly B-Mickie's wife. This man kidnapped your daughter, kidnapped you, took you hostage for hours,
It's
then
called
she goes,
Stockholm syndrome.
not that fast, bro. This is terrible writing. This is absolute. They need it, and then they want us to believe that B-Mickie would take his own wife hostage. They'll be like, "I'm getting out of here."
He's like, I killed my first baby mama.
So at least I'm consistent. I was like, stop all of this, bro. Like, you disrespected us with this B-Mickie bullshit. Like, none of this was necessary. To the point that she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dying killer. What did you say? Did you know your husband killed his last baby mama? Word? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll take your word for it, because only honest men kidnap children and women and use them to kill their husband. So thank you. No verification needed. Take his body, Lucille. Fuck this dude." Click. I was like, what is happening? Like, she immediately, she was like, "Hey, Lucille, come get this piece of shit. I know I married him and everything, had a baby, and I got fuck him. Somebody bury him." I don't click. I was like, stop it. This is hurting me too bad. Too bad. Oh, but even he's dead though. Mastermind that he was. He's dead.
I thought that was the worst song choice in the world. They have this whatever funeral that they paid for, and they playing "Slipping" by DMX, and I'm like, what does that have to do? What does that have to do with this?
What does that have to do with anything? I think they were like, we're gonna wrap this shit up, so let's just throw songs out there. Let's see what's in our library as we wrap this stuff up. So yeah, let's talk about saying goodbye to the homie. Kim, what did you think of B-Mickie's going away?
I mean, it was nice. It was a nice funeral, but I don't know why they had to do it, but okay. I guess because Lucille and the husband were nice to him or whatever. And I mean, I guess he did grow up with them, kind of, sort of, so it was like having another son. So I guess that's why they did it. But I would say everybody looked nice. The casket was nice. So, the whole pouring of the champagne, I thought was a lot, though.
Right?
They were pouring it on the flowers like they were watering them. I was like,
one time, everybody dropped the bottle
and done. They were like standing there, like holding it. I was like, okay.
They're like, I was like, we leave nothing dry. That thing went into the ground wet as fuck. Like, he can't drink any of this shit. Like, it didn't make it. Hold up, we've said this every episode about the legalities of this show, but once again, Terry and Big Meech go into a situation where they're like, we got to put this fucker in the ground. There's no way he's walking away from this. I'm strapped. He's strapped. Nothing happens.
No, but did you notice the only one that so all of them were shooting, but the only one that did deadly shots was, what is that guy's name? Their partner, the heavyset dude.
Oh, DeMarcus knows.
Yeah, DeMarcus, what's his name? The heavyset.
What's the fat cop's name? But to your point, the fat partner's one that actually did the shooting. And Brian. I think Brian also hit like B-Mickie like 15 times.
I also have a question about Brian. Now, so he's fired, right? In Detroit. How is he working this case here? I mean,
we solved this issue last episode. So Brian, yes, we had the same conversation. Brian, DeMarcus, we did, and DeMarcus explained. Somebody explained he was cleared of the charges. Ultimately, he's still a cop, and then he was transferred in status to Atlanta, and so he's still a cop. But and he's in sometimes he got cleared somehow. But we did say the same thing. How's he still? But now he off camera task force. Like, they went through a season worth of law enforcement. He got a task force. Now all of a sudden, B-Mickie is here. All of a sudden, they've been investigating the BMF crew. Now all of a sudden, again, Big Meech didn't kill anybody. He was just helping a poor woman who happened to be defending herself and killed the dude on accident. And that's how he gets arrested. But I was like, ass.
He did beat that case though.
He did. Somebody said the thing, but I was like, it's just like B-Mickie, at least kill this dude. At least kill Lamar. Like, do that. No. We just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Now Brian is teaming up with Mike Taylor. Who's Mike?
That's Michael Chiklis, right?
I think is that Michael Chiklis' character that he's playing, DeMarcus? Because like Michael Chiklis is who we know / the Shield / the Commish, depending how old you are. I mean, we can do this all day.
Fantastic Four. He was
and you want let's go down this road. Do you remember when he played a superhero on TV?
No.
On ABC, he played the father of the Fantastic Four, like some kind of.
I know it's somehow. It wasn't a family of people.
It was a family, and like that shit lasted 5 episodes. But it was, my barber was young enough just to remember that. And he didn't remember the Shield. I was like, hilarious. So yeah, anyway, so it was I 2 character wrap up. Again, B-Mickie gone, Lamar gone for good. I like that. I really did like that. Even Lucille and Charles. If we didn't see this with Charles 3 other seasons where he's like, baby, I'm gone. I'm going on tour. I'm getting divorced. I'm doing this and I'll never see you again. I would be like, okay, this is true. But Lucille, like walking away from the church and walking away from the home, like remembering what the family used to be like, this is the end of like the Cosby Show or some shit. Or really the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when they kind of took a step back and remembered the good times, right? Like that was a solid ending to this chapter. I thought. What's up, Jemani? I see your face. What's up?
Yeah. I was like, how is she walking away from something she got fired from? Like that didn't make any sense.
She wasn't fired. They were making decisions.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. She was suspended. And, yeah. So I'm like. She's like, I quit. And I'm like,
you didn't have the job in the first place.
Yeah.
So to either way, but I mean to Jamani's point, I mean I felt like she knew she was they wanted you to believe that they're about to reinstate her, which doesn't make any damn sense. But they want you to believe, and therefore she chose the life over church. That she stood for her family, and then she put on the mink coat, which signifies what?
No, and I was confused on what season it was because underneath the fur coat, she had on a summer outfit. I was confused. She had on a summer jumper that had no sleeves, and I was like, and it was thin cotton, and then you have on a fur coat. I was confused. What are we doing?
I didn't even think about that. It's the thought that counts. She's like, This says drug dealer mama, and that's who I am. But that's not paying the bills, bitch.
When you saw her with the coat on, right?
That's gonna pay the bills. Remember.
Okay. Two comments. Go ahead, Kim. First, Kim.
That is going to pay the bills. Remember, because in my opinion, Charles has embraced the fact that his kids are drug dealers. He's gonna live with Meech. And then now they showed the part where the mother, at that point, she's throwing her hands up. Y'all want to take care of me? I'm here. Go ahead and take care of me. So I believe she actually moved to Atlanta. Don't quote me on that, but I believe she actually did move to Atlanta. And the house that they had, they still own that house. I think Meech actually did buy their house.
Okay. So maybe if they would have got a season 5, that would have got flushed out. But right now, it just seems like she was cold and decided that she was gonna wear a mink coat, to
I think that was to show that she is actually like, okay, you know what? I can't fight them. I'll join them. That kind of thing.
I hear dialogue would have been better. Like Charles had dialogue to say, I'm going to Atlanta, to your point. I'm gonna be part of at least the music industry, or at least that part. What are you doing? And she probably would have ended up in Atlanta also, which means we would have saw them together again, except now they're both in Atlanta. Jamani, you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, like after she puts on the fur coat and she's looking in the mirror, then the next scene is you see her with these plates and she's walking in the restaurant. I was like, oh, okay, so she's actually working in the restaurant. No.
She's eating and enjoying the fur coat.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So who the hell is running this restaurant? Because Terry's going to California. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I see in that particular scene, they try to wrap up so much because it's like, yeah, they have Worm say, yeah, is that mine? And he's like, no, it's not yours. Would it be so bad if it was? All of that, they just tried to put a stamp on everything.
Yeah. Yep.
And I even with that, and then they let you know that Nicole was like, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Like, but if I'm a father, if I'm a man, so I mean, anyway,
You are a man.
So I said, in this situation, well, thank you, Kim. To this situation, if the woman who claims I got her pregnant, for some reason, just says, "Hey, baby, I know it's Sunday. How about tomorrow we go get a blood test?" Just cause, I'm like, bitch, we need to have a conversation because for her to be that confident, if we're supposed to believe this dialogue, that means she had a blood test, which means Breeze had to somewhat agree to this, which means Bree should have had a conversation. Why are we even why are we doing this? This is my child, right? I just wanted you to know. Why would I not know? You know what I'm saying? Like I be like, something happened. Something happened. Unless, like we've seen in many shows, she's like, no, it's not, but it is now. Like, this is Breeze's child. Thank you, Worm, for your penis and your baby, but Breeze is raising this kid, which I'm not sure why you picked a kid who don't necessarily have a job. At least Worm has a way to make some money, just like your brothers. But again, your brothers are very high, well-paid drug distributors, which means you don't have to work. So this whole, I got Section 8, mama, I'm going to be all right. No, you got Meech and Terry. So you should be all right. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand.
I was like, why is this like, this is like Republican propaganda or something. Like, I was like, do they show this at like Trump rallies or something? Like, just, yeah, we got Section 8 and then the whole welfare clearing thing that Lucille was on a few episodes ago. I'm like, is this necessary?
No. I again,
it's to show that they're not, these people were they had like some criminal intent about a lot of stuff. Let's just say that. Like, but don't get me wrong, there was a lot of people who did what Lucille did. It's like this is probably why they're trying to get rid of welfare, is because of people like Lucille. Like, they try to cheat the system, right? And just like, I mean, Nicole getting the Section 8, I think that kind of gives her a little bit of distance from what her brothers are doing. So she does, just in case, right? Because if something happens, I'm with her. If I got a Section 8, I'll be okay if my brothers go to jail, right? I have my Section 8. I'll be able to pay my own rent, buy my own food, just in case my brothers end up getting caught and the money flow stops.
Which happened. But see, this would be good dialogue, Kim. Like, if Terry or Meech, especially Meech, since she named her son after him, hey, little sister, don't worry about no Section 8. I bought you a White House just like I got myself a White House. No, I appreciate it, but I'm not trying to get caught up in case law enforcement finally figures out who you are. Like, that makes sense. Now I have a reason why she's like, yay, Section 8. But I'm like,
it'd be like, yeah, the same thing that happened with that car could happen with that house.
Also, and then again, that's how you tie both storylines together. Like, that's the journey. That's the journey she was on. That she's like, I've learned from this situation, and even though I named my child after you, I ain't trying to be caught up in this money thing. Like, apparently, mama and daddy. But also, we talked about the house last week too. Anyway, it's here somewhere. Somebody posted it. Anyway, to say that. There you go. No. Anyway, so to say that Big Meech is now in the White House, in Atlanta, as Kim, you talked about that last week. Like, they were preparing to say next season will be it. Like, they will be where they're going to be until they get arrested, and they're becoming cornrows and all, and fat and all. Like, they're becoming the men they're going to be. And hey, I got this new record label idea called BMF. Like, oh, wait a minute. That sounds catchy. So maybe next season would have been 4 or 5 years later. Hopefully the record label is established and we're in those days. So we can see the highlight before, Leslie Jones comes through the door and Bryant finally. That means Michael Chiklis got to be out the way because he's not the one who ultimately arrests them in the flash forward we saw last season before that.
Mhm.
So at some point, Michael Chiklis is up out of here.
When I saw the whole club arrest,
yeah,
I was like, because the fight happens in the club or what have you. I was like, I thought that it was gonna be the 2003 incident that happened in the club where he gets shot in the ass, but not. No,
you can't. You got to end on a higher note. Bless you, Kim. Bless you.
Thank
You
you.
got to end on a higher note than that. I just rewatched season 1 again. It was so damn good. I think you mean in comparison to the preceding season.
What we see now, yeah.
Yeah. And particularly, I would say Lamar made season 1 for me. If I look back on it, I would say he's the one that really made season 1 oh shit, this is interesting. Because the rest of that stuff was kind of, and also B-Mickie killing Kato, that whole storyline was oh damn, that was tragic. Even so, but similar to your point, once they killed Lamar, the show's kind of over since they made him such a central villain. You finally caught the Roadrunner type of thing. I know Jemima and I don't agree, but that's what I felt about Power Book 2. That they were thinking about one last season, but once Mary J. Blige was I'm out of here, and they started killing off the Tejadas or getting rid of them, they thought, no, nobody's gonna watch Tariq and Effie and fucking Braden selling drugs in college and be this is gonna be a winning season. Let's just wrap this up now. And because you moved away from the central characters that made the story interesting, and they're that's not a show. So they're let's just end it here. But it still gave you enough closure that you felt okay, it's fine. I know what the future is going to be. Also, Diamond got out of the trunk apparently, and renamed himself DeMarcus because now he's back with LaWanda. I was
God, you stupid. I just don't know what you said. Okay.
Now, just for the record, to give credit where credit is due, I read that on a Facebook post because I couldn't think of his character name, and somebody wrote that shit, and I was 2 points for you, 2 points for you, because this man, I gotta get paid because that was 5 years ago. He's been in that trunk for a long ass time. So is DeMarcus a real? I'm sure somebody knows, but is DeMarcus a real person, and why should we give a fuck? Because he had a lot of screen time. Does anybody know?
No, I
because remember that all these people are they're combinations of people. The only ones I think that are straightforward is the family, Meech, Terry, them. But a lot of these characters are combinations of other characters, other people that were around him.
Yeah.
And so even Jamal's character, the main person that really who Lamar is actually still alive, still a little loony, but he's still up and still around. And I believe the one that B-Mickie is based on, I believe he is one of the informants, and I believe he's still alive too. But he's also made up of other people. So yeah. And if I'm not right, DeMarcus, please correct me.
No. DeMarcus said, "Here we go with the DeMarcus hate." No, it's again.
It's just fine. I was happy to see. I'm always happy to see Diamond. He's something.
He's a good-looking dude. A new baby, not new at this point, but got a child and everything. Moving on. You got to pay for that kid. They tried to make us feel bad for Lamar. He wasn't a good guy. So to your point, they really did with the whole mama backstory, you know what I'm saying? And in the end, he wanted to make a new family. He's insane. There's no way B-Mickie's girl and baby were gonna be all right. But then this particular situation, but he tried his best. Let's see. I feel DeMarcus was brought in to be an adversary for Terry because most of them go against really have beef with Meech. So, but again, Terry is now in California with Markeisha. No, where the fucking them kids? Look. So when she's in the hospital,
here we go.
No, when she's in the hospital and she's get here. see that? Click. I'm like, please, Lala, get a better job. But anyway, then we get.
Well, she doesn't have a job anymore. Remember, the show's over.
Well, obviously, she's gonna be. Dominique is gonna get a lot more screen time in the Shy season 8.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So, what's up, Jamar?
I was like, when we talk about how their crew is only like Terry's crew is only like Hoop, right? Yeah. I thought it was funny as hell that I'm gonna send some people to protect you. Sends LaWanda over there.
Yo, I'm like, what is happening? Like, with this cannot be like actually historically accurate because this don't make no kind of sense. But no, truly, I was like, where are the kids? Like, if you're in the hospital, Markeisha, right? Boom is out there hitting you with cars. Terry is fucking in Atlanta. Who's taking care of your kids? Why you
grandparents?
No one is mentioning when she's like, I need you to. She got the arm sling. She always got the arm sling. They always got an arm sling. But I'm like, not a mention. I gotta get my children. Something, just a mention. Terry has mentioned those silly ass kids that he never spent any time with this whole season. I gotta get out of Mexico. I gotta get to my kids. And he's packed up and moving to Cali. No mention of child one. He's like, LaWanda, as long as you go look after my love. Then they're fighting over who owns his dick. I'm like, Lala, you are too old for this shit. Like, do something else with your life. Like, she should have read the script and be like, please kill me off this show. Like, I need to do better. I need to be better. But I was like, we ain't making women look good, no matter what the race. We ain't making women look good with this shit. This silly ass dialogue.
No, but we need to call her by her character's name, which is Sack Chaser.
Yo, I was like, this is like, how many times are we gonna say Lamar is misunderstood? He was misunderstood. But
not misunderstood. He has a crazy man. He's just nuts.
But he can sing. What happened to his lover?
He can sing, but he got so big. Like, what happened?
See, he should have played Terry. Cause he put on that weight for real. I was like, damn, bro. Maybe he's getting ready for Supercell. He got to bulk up. Let's see what we got. I feel like this was the series finale. Timeline was off and everything. It was crammed in. So they that last 10 minutes, they were just like, we need to get this shit. We need to get this shit moving. And I'm like, so I feel like even what's up, Jamar?
That last 10 minutes when they're like, and we had like whatever was happening with we're gonna use the B-Mickie funeral or whatever to I don't know,
moving weight,
Frank Lucas type of stuff. But now this is the limousine company that we tried to allude to in like season
one when it started, actually. What after the settlement is when they started the limousine for real. Like, according to the documentary, like they had that years ago. That was like one of their first moves, and now they're trying to act like they brought it in now as the new thing. But again, according to the documentary, that's why they had the limousine business in the first place, as I'm understanding.
That's true. Yeah. They just moving stuff around, so.
But it was interesting. I did like the idea that they were using the funeral for. But does that mean their customers were at the funeral? Like, I don't understand that they put cocaine in these limos, drove it to the funeral, then just drove them across state lines, and no one was like, "Why is this limo still going?" Like no one was tracking this shit. And then what finally got DEA involved? That does after all these years of like interstate drug dealing, what finally got the DEA involved? Like I don't, they don't explain that. They just showed up one day because they figured out who BMF was. Like,
they didn't explain that, but it would have been nice if it was because of Loco's car bomb
assassination.
It was like something traced back to BMF, and we're gonna follow the thread.
So that would have been, yes, it would have been nice to tie that together, because you never saw the big supplier Manuel. I think like you never saw Manuel again.
What's his name? Joaquin?
Oh, that was his name? The guy rolling his own cigars.
the guy with the girl last week.
Yeah.
His name was Joaquin, and you know what Shorty's name is Joaquin. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Who? What? Say it again.
Shorty, El Chapo's name is Joaquin, so I thought that was funny.
It was Manuel. Oh, Manuel and Bernice. There you go. It was Manuel because DeMarcus knows. So I was like, when Hoop called Lamar, Termin nigga, I was hollering. Yes, because the man can't be stopped. Like, I mean, he took a lot of bullets, he took stabs or whatever. His guts was hanging out at one point. He still kept on going. I felt like he was Michael Myers, and like somehow Meech was his Michael Myers' sister, like like Jamie Lee Curtis's character. He's like, I'm not going to stop until I put you in the ground. And it's like, no, I finally got you. I seriously, if eyes would have popped up at the end of this episode, I'm like, damn you, bro. Like, why? He would have been the one that got them arrested somehow. He would have turned on the cops. They would rewrote history like it was Lamar. They actually snitched on him in the end. They had the limousine service at the funeral to make it seem like Meech came up with the idea and not Terry. Oh, there you go. How about that?
Thank you.
Because I was like, that's interesting. Bryant, Smoke Lamar, and B-Mickie. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like he shot them both. I feel like B-Mickie went out almost a Scarface style. He took quite a few hits. And I'm like, he ain't that big of a criminal. He ain't that big of a dude. Like, I'm sure one shot would have put him down just fine enough. They're like, I was like, what do we? But why?
What annoyed me was when Brian is standing over Lamar, and Lamar still has a gun in his hand. Like, obviously, in real life, you always kick the gun away from whoever, the guy that's on the floor. Suspect. Yeah, yes. Like he's still, gasping and twitching and whatever. Like, yeah, he's still alive. You gotta disarm him.
Okay. To clarify, because we get all these Latinos mixed up. Manuel was the guy rolling up cigars. Jay Khan was Rock's plug in Raising Canaan. I'm saying they're all kind of Latin. But I hear you.
That is extremely racist what you just said. No, do not say stuff like that. No.
The DA didn't get involved until they started using billboards. It was the billboards, damn it! Like
that was the whole thing that started it. Yeah,
that's what they should have fast forwarded to BMF and that fucking billboard. They should have ended with the billboard, and then we would have been like, all right, it's the fall of BMF, in season 5. Like that would have made sense. And then also seconded by DeMarcus. The cigar thing, I thought that was kind of cute. Anyway, that's like Lil Meech. How do you feel playing your daddy, basically impregnating the woman that represents your mama, to ultimately be like, I just created myself, so I will be born. Like I've finished the arc, because that's what happened. Because she was like, hey girl, at the club, he was like, hey girl, what's going on? I'm pregnant. What? You gonna have a baby? I'm gonna have a little Meech. I was like, is that supposed to be your mama? I was like, oh okay. And then to the eye, like we've gotten here. Like now little Meech will one day be someone. And I'm like,
that is the story. That is the story. So I'm not sure what you're saying.
Of all the women, and then at the same time, he still has women walking up to him like, hey Meech, we fucking, and he's like, not right now, girl. I got a new baby mama or some shit. Anyway, BMF, I gotta go. And I'm like, what? Of all the women he banged, it's the random one that got like 2 seconds of dialogue and some dick. That's his mama. That's like in essence, symbolically. It just seemed we invested a lot of time in other women. Let me say that in other relationships.
It's timeline. It's like you couldn't have had the women that he was with in the 80s and the 90s. He wasn't born until 2000. So this is the only.
We don't know what year it is, also. And then this particular point. And what about the hairdresser, Purdy's hairdresser or friend or something? Like they had a little thing, like, and that kind of developed.
Meech had a lot of women. like a lot of women, and he had them all at different times, and sometimes all together. I mean, he was a.
It was just. I know. It's. I mean, they're trying to be again loosely historically accurate. It's fine. It just seemed. I thought that even Lil Meech would want the scene to be a little bit more. Oh wow! Like at that moment, Big Meech was like, "Hey, girl, you and me are gonna be something and something. Like my mama meant something to my daddy for a little bit, but like, nah.
That was in a documentary that he did say that. Like Little Meech actually talked about his mother and his father and their relationship and how it was supposed to be more than what it became, and then it just kind of fell apart. But yeah, I mean, Little Meech did talk about that.
Big Meech did Maria dirty. We got Ashley should have gotten more screen time than Maria got because their relationship meant nothing. I was like, but again, maybe they're just like, hey, this is how it works. Maria, that's her name. Thank you. Like, so it's fine. It's fine. Again, they're trying to be, like I said, relatively historically accurate, to what's going on. But again, we've established that Lil Meech is on the way, so this story is wrapped up. Like, even if we don't get a season 5, you kind of knew the architect, the layout of what the blueprint of what season 5 would have been. The final investigation of the BMF family, when they finally get, when the wiretaps finally bring them down on Terry's side, and then they get wrapped up, and it's like it's all Terry's fault.
It actually was. I mean, that's from everything, every documentary, everything that I've ever seen about BMF. The bottom line is, it's not just Terry's fault, but he was the major fault when he kept talking on the phone about drugs. They were wiretapped, and that's why Meech started talking that gibberish that I didn't understand what he was saying. But him and Terry were doing that back and forth, right? Remember they started talking all those codes. Yeah. And then Terry stopped doing that. Once Terry got away from Meech and they were separated, then Terry just stopped talking in code and was just straight talking. And that was the problem, because half of the guys that were with Meech and half of the guys that were with Terry, they were already telling on them, right? So Terry continuously talking about drugs on the wire. That made the cop, they had more and more evidence. Like every single day was just more and more evidence.
Yeah, once they got it to the wire, it was
once they got the wire, that was it. But Meech didn't do that. Meech was still talking in code to his people because he realized this is a wiretap. He realized that some stuff was going on that he couldn't trust a lot of people. So Terry, he did. He
was the downfall of the organization, I guess.
He was, but I mean, so did Meech, because Meech kept partying, and then he did the billboard. So he he blew them up. But Terry definitely he gave them all the evidence they need. Let's just say that.
Just like, I guess, Frank Lucas and the famous coat picture, where it's like, wait a minute, who is this black motherfucker?
With a chinchilla coat on.
Let's look into this. That's like, and then you go down. When they played Bling Bling by BG, the song came out in 1999. Yeah. So the song was trying to give us some time stamps, to be like, okay, they kind of fast forwarded a little bit.
Yeah, because if it's 1999, then she'd be pregnant, and then he would be born in 2000. Yeah, that makes sense. But at the beginning of the episode, they do like this promo for Blowing Money Fast. What is it, like season 2 or something like that? And they have, Terry sitting down and doing an interview or something like that. So I'm like, I didn't watch the first season, but
I did.
I guess that's people want to.
Bad. It was terrible. It was like nobody wanted to. Even 50 Cent had to be one of the people that they talked to, because he could. Did y'all watch it? It was.
I swear to God, I watched the first 2 episodes. And
it wasn't good because they only had maybe 2 or 3 actual BMF guys, and then they had 50, and then I believe they did talk to Little Meech, and I believe that was it. It really was not a lot of people, and they kept coming back to the same people, and I was like, what kind of documentary is this? Like, BMF is huge, like huge. and they really could only get like 3 actual members. I was like, this is crazy, and it wasn't good. And then remember, Terry was still in jail when that was made, so they always said they were going to get Terry's side. 50 always said, I'm going to get Terry when Terry gets out. I'm going to interview him and I'm going to get his side of it. So this is what it is. That's what's coming out. Yeah.
I felt it this may sound, this probably happens anyway. I felt like listening to that, I felt like I was just rehearing season 1 almost to an extent, and I was like, it's like, okay, like I'm trying to connect drama with like historical events. So I was like, oh, I remember that scene. So it's kind of hard to follow, but like I didn't hear a lot of stuff like first 2 episodes. But I will watch the Terry. I want to try to watch the Terry one this season.
Remember, Meech was on the phone in jail and he was narrating the documentary.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So they never talked to Terry. So that's why they had to get Terry. Yeah.
So now I got Terry's side.
Yes.
Hey guys, LaWanda should have whooped Markeisha's ass in the hospital bed. That would have made more sense. That would have made more, and like, I don't know if it's real or not, but they were like, bitch, you ain't gonna be talking to me. I was like, because it kind of reminded me when Angie and Tasha finally met up, and almost like, hey girls, let's just do this to get up out of here. And I was like, this show probably needs to end now because this is not making a lot of sense. Like, but it's like we have common ground of our man that we're sharing, whatever. And I was like, nah, let's do something else. But yeah, to your point, Jamani, it was kind of interesting of his whole roster of people he sent his baby mama. Like, hey, make sure she's okay. Like, what if people would have been, what if Boom would have been there to get her? What is LaWanda gonna do? Like, besides get her ass whooped or get shot? Terry did see his son Terry Jr. talking to B-Mickie in episode 2 of BMF. So B-Mickie was actually spending time with his son. And then remember, did he ever go to parent teacher night? I might get my show because wasn't that parent teacher night coming up? And LaWanda was like, do you want to? She was telling him like, hey, the kids are doing this, the kids are doing that. Terry was like, oh yeah, you good, you such a good mama. I was like, that's when he had sex with Markeisha on Meech's table in Atlanta, if I remember correctly. They went to Atlanta. DeMarcus worked for the mayor, and this could cause a huge issue for Terry if BMF gets renewed for season 5. Well, I guess we won't have to worry about that because it won't. But again, I guess Diamond's just trying to stay paid. Boone or Keisha don't have the kids. I wonder, well, they're all also. See, thank you. I'm sure Kim was like, don't encourage him.
With Markeisha's mother. I'm assuming. Yeah.
See, and this again, dialogue. I'm not asking for like a play date or some shit, which would have been hilarious. If Markeisha and if Markeisha and LaWanda were like, hey, let's get the kids together before Daddy rolls off to Cali without any of us, of the kids anyway. Anyway, all right, Jamon, anything else for? I ain't got nothing. I don't know. Was it satisfying? Did you want more? What would you want to see in the season 5? Let's act like there's gonna be one. I mean, what you looking for?
If there was gonna be a season 5, yeah, I'd want the whole club shooting with Meech and Wolf and the billboard and the Blue Da Vinci and Young Jeezy type of stuff. Yeah, I don't know what the whole Michael Chiklis thing was setting up, so to say, but I was here for it. I'm like, I don't know why they have Benny there. I'm like, Boone sends these guys and they shoot up the restaurant before Terry goes to California, and I'm like, why do they keep doing this? We know that they're gonna be fine. Like,
what? Well, Jamani, you can say that about the entire series. I mean, in that sense, like that's like we both know they're going to be fine until they're arrested. So
no, but they leave that as like a cliffhanger, as like the whole place gets shot up. You don't know what happens, and I'm like, you could use like at least the Meech arrest. That's kind of a cliffhanger. Like, you got to see how that works out.
Yes, but again, like you said, they're gonna be fine. Like any even Michael Chiklis showing up really doesn't mean shit, because I mean they're going to be fine. When Trill was putting them paws on Meech until Tina smashed the bottle on Trill's head. Is Trill based on a real character? Because I was like, why is he back again? Like, why are we doing this whole thing? Again, hey, I'm an artist of Trill and I want to be on your label. And he's like, nah, I ain't got time for this shit. And like, so is Trill a real person, or does anyone know if he's based on like someone legit?
I don't know.
Because that would be the only reason why we keep on seeing this motherfucker. The older versions of Meech and Terry in season 5. That's what I wanted. That's what I like. They should have fast forwarded to those two actors. I don't remember who played Terry, to be real. I mean, I remember the one who played Meech, first episode, and that's what I don't remember who played Terry. But that would have been better if they were actually already arrested at this point, and now they're kind of telling their story. They're kind of telling again, what happened over the last 10 years that got us to to this point that we're about to face damn near life, in prison. And then
finish. I'm sorry.
No, anyway, that's what I'm saying. I think that would have been awesome. Breeze probably got hit by a stray bullet. Is Breeze? He has to be a real person, I guess. But I'm saying,
Breeze is the baby daddy.
Nicki's baby father.
No, I'm saying, I mean, like, do they have room to kill him? I mean, did he really get shot? Is what I'm asking. Like, I mean, I know he has to be like a real person.
I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like,
I believe the guy that she was with ended up working for BMF or whatever.
I saw that in a comment. Yes.
Yeah, because Nicole was actually with she was in the documentary, the one that 50 did.
Yeah, because she's like executive producer of this show now.
The show, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so again, I feel like, as we said, we felt like a lot of this was like kind of her telling her own story, of how she saw her family, perhaps as best as she could. Yes, that was her way of confirming that she, Lucille, accepts her son's gifts and lifestyle now that she's cut out of a job.
Yep. That's what I feel. Yeah.
Also, we talked about this. Now that again, Nicole and Breeze are living on their own, that credit history should have came up. I feel like she should have been like, I can't get a apartment, mama. What did you do? I ran up your credit, baby, because the Lord. And something. I because that was a thing that went on like a couple of seasons. So I feel like the credit history should have been more of a thing. Anyway,
David, because guess what? It's a drug show. It's not really about credit.
There's a lot of things the show shouldn't be about, but they were. Even Lucille's which going back to the pastor that she spoke to, that God doesn't want like his lights like dimmed or something like that, is what made her go, I'm going to be a proud drug dealer's mama, I guess, and be like, I'm gonna put on this coat and just be proud of who I am. And I'm like, I'm not sure that's really the right scene you need to be working with. But she's like, I'm no longer gonna be ashamed, but you're still gonna be broke unless you can tell us where this new money's coming from.
But I feel like it shows she's human. She's human, and that's really what it's about. She did not want to in the beginning. She didn't want to embrace it, but at some point, like I said, she did, and so did her husband. And this is why Meech was like, told Terry, excuse me, that we have to take the plea deal, because if we don't, they're gonna put Mama, Nikki, and Daddy in jail, and we don't want that. And that's why Terry took the deal. That's why. Yeah.
And that would have been an awesome scene, to be honest. Like, again, fast forward to that moment where they choose the family over themselves, to be like, you know what, like, we'll take this to kind of spare our family. That would have been a great scene, especially kind of sum up the whole family theme that they're trying to push with this. Breeze is working for Terry and the Pepsi plant now. She didn't even, B-Mickie's wife. Yeah, I was like, damn, like this relationship turned very quickly. And what happened to her and that cute little girl? We still don't know. We still don't know what happened to that little girl and why she needed surgery in the first damn place, to be real.
We didn't know what was wrong with the child. I'm like, why even have the storyline if you're not going to say what's wrong with her? Like, that's so stupid. Like, just say she got cancer or she needed a kidney or something. I don't know anything.
Give me something. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why are we doing this? Season 1, good. Season 2, good. Season 3, horrible. Season 4, terrible. All right.
I agree.
All right. So
I like the fact that Hoop brought back up, yeah, I got shot by this girl named Henry or whatever.
Yo, he did. He did. I forgot she actually shot him. She was putting in some real work. I'm just saying, she did look like a Batman villain, but she was putting in some real fucking work when she was on camera.
Yeah, like I would say that's the most interesting part about this show was the side characters. Like the Clifton Powell characters.
Yep.
Like that I would watch a show based on, you know, like a mega church, you know, preacher or whatever.
A Greenleaf type of something.
Yeah, but you know, more shiesty, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, like a shiesty Greenleaf.
Yeah. And like Trill was like hustle without the flow. It was like, yeah, he's not the rapper, but the hoes are. So yeah, well, I don't know. But yeah, you know, I thought that would be an interesting concept because he was more like a pimp and the girls were, you know, like the artists. I think that would be an interesting show concept or what have you.
And as I said, a platinum Paradise
Palace.
Like I felt like that really is. I don't know whenever P Valley's coming back, but that would have been a great platform for a stripper show because definitely STARZ is missing that stripper element.
What is it this week? Didn't the Magic City documentary series start?
I think that's going to be next week because I think they're trying to fill the hole. I thought, no pun intended, but I feel like they're it's going to be the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the anchor show. I thought. But you can check it out. Maybe it started today. You know, being Sunday. Nicole baby looked like a bigger dummy that she was holding. Well, I mean, you know, they got a lot of money for a special effects budget and shit. Okay, so we gotta get to all the Queen's men. So Kim, any final words for BMF?
Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. We love you guys. We will be back in about 2 minutes. This show sucks. It wasn't a good show. I'm sorry. And I'm hoping that the second documentary that has Terry in it is better than the last documentary that 50 made because it just was not good at all. Anywho, but I would like to say that Little Meech, I have to say that at least he attempted it. He tried.
He did.
He got lost, and that's a sad thing. He got lost in the whole fame of the of BMF and this whole thing. But he's young, right? So he can bounce back from all the things that have been happening to him lately. I think he'll be okay if he gets, you know, some guidance in his life. Hoping that his dad steps in and actually acts like a dad and gets Little Meech where he needs to be. Like get him off drugs, get him off alcohol. Because I mean, he did do this for his dad, and his dad needs to do this for his son. Get him back, you know, to where he needs to be so that he can be successful legally. Yeah. Legally, yeah.
Well, thank you, Kim. I see you over for Madam. I see you there. All right, Giovanni, anything from you, please?
It's over. I don't think there's gonna be any spinoffs or anything. So, you know, let's just keep it pushing. Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you, Giovanni. And we will see you next week for something. For that, we'll figure it out. Boop. All right, so we got the Magic City documentary came out the same time as the BMF finale, so I'm not watching that shit, but maybe it's good to somebody. Lucille got on my nerves. Charles is finally leaving the house and going to Atlanta, and she now is telling him don't leave her. It happens. It always happens. You know what I'm saying? But they would have been together in season 5. Somehow they would have been together in season 5. Anyway, thank you again so much for hanging out with us. Again, if some magical reason, BMF gets to season 5, we will cover it. We will be back for season 5. That's what they do. But don't hold your breath. Let's move on to Tyler Perry because his shows never stop. Apparently. So we will do that, and we'll see Giovanni and crew next weekend. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy The View very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What do I go there?
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.